In this video, I'm going to talk about the best ways to save money that has made me over $100,000 before the age of 30 years old. Saving money is going to be a challenge no matter where you live, anywhere in the world, but these strategies have helped me to thrive in one of the most expensive cities in the world, Singapore. For as long as I can remember, I've always been a frugal person who doesn't really like to spend money on expensive things like travel, food, or even clothes. I know I'm kind of weird for a millennial that I don't like to do any of these things, but that's just the honest truth. That's also the reason why I could save so much money with so little effort, because it just comes so naturally to me. However, I know that just because it's logical and obvious for me, it's not the same for everyone as well. That's because I know a lot of people who spend lavishly every single month on their monthly paycheck and they have no concept of saving money. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to save more money effortlessly and reach the almighty financial freedom as soon as possible. So the strongest weapon in my arsenal to save money will be the budgeting blueprint. This is basically the process that I've been using probably for the last 5 to 7 years, and I've set up for myself to help myself keep track of how much money I'm spending and manage my budget for the month itself. People usually think that, damn, having to record all your expenses and spending, it just makes things so tedious and you lose all freedom to just freely spend your money on whatever you want to do. You go out into a shopping mall, you think to yourself, oh no, I want to buy this, but I don't know whether I have enough money to buy it, and you just kind of struggle with that because you're always thinking about money. Well, honestly, I've got news for you. You don't lose freedom because you budget, you get more freedom precisely because you budget. When I keep track of my expenses, I know exactly how much more money I can spend. I won't have to worry if I have a $100 or $200 meal whenever I want to, because I know I can afford it because I didn't buy any nonsense and I didn't spend any money on nonsense, and I can afford to spend money on nonsense when I choose to do it. So the main two-step process that I do is super simple, and that takes less than 20 minutes a month to complete. 20 minutes a month, not even the entire week or day, but the whole month in that sense. The first step is whenever I spend money, I will just take a couple seconds to record it on the wallet app on my iPhone itself. Simple, right? You just need a couple seconds, and even primary school students can do this. So you just need to form the habit of doing it. The second step would be to take all the data at the end of the month and transfer it to my budgeting spreadsheet over here. On the budgeting spreadsheet itself, you'll see that under the money out section, you have variable expenses and necessities. You can see exactly how much money it costs to live, which are your necessities, and they should stay fairly consistent. So you shouldn't worry too much on this column other than the food and drink section, which invariably I kind of spend the most money on most of the time. The variable expenses will be things like shopping, subscriptions, and other miscellaneous things that you decide to just buy for the month itself. It could be more bubble tea, it could be, you wanting to go for an event, or maybe to buy that dress that you finally wanted. But just by doing this, you'll be able to see a pattern of what you are spending on, and you'll be able to save a ton of money just by cutting down on that one thing. I'm a very lazy saver, so I don't want to spend so much effort. I only want to cut down on the most essential things and expensive things that save me the most money. Take my February expenses as an example. My necessities expenditure are pretty okay, so let's take a look at the variable expenses column instead. The biggest expense will be the YouTube course that I spent $390 on. Immediately, if I choose not to buy any more courses next month, I'll be saving almost $400. Obviously, I'm not going to buy a course every single month because that would be insane. There would be so much money spent. But knowing that I'm spending on a course that will help to improve my skills, it comes up more as an investment rather than an impulse buy. The budgeting spreadsheet also very nicely helps to compile the total spending, so you can see that in February, I spent a total of $3,465.32. There's also an income section where you can just put all your income streams and fill up that section as well, so the spreadsheet will automatically calculate how much money you can save or invest for the month itself. This is honestly a super easy way to get your monthly budgeting done no matter where you are in the world. If you guys are interested in this budgeting spreadsheet, you can find it in the link down below in the description box. This budgeting method has helped me to save more than $100,000 in less than 3 years. However, even after mastering this budgeting blueprint, you need to have specific goals to make sure that you are saving money for the right reasons. And that brings us to the road to riches. I really like this phrase that I heard from @mylab many years ago. If you have a big enough reason and you're able to figure out why you are doing things, then the part of how to do the things will become a lot easier and clearer as well. Because if the reason is big enough, you definitely find a way to achieve the thing that you want to do. @mylab was someone who had health problems at a very early age, and his own doctor told him this: if he did not change his lifestyle, he would not live to walk his daughter down the aisle. So I'm obviously not a father yet, but I would think that if a daughter used my own daughter as the reason for me to change my lifestyle, that would be a hella strong reason to do it. So obviously after that, he figured that he needed to change to a more healthier and active lifestyle because he wanted to be present for his daughter's wedding, and that reason was so strong and so clear. This is exactly the same way you should be approaching saving money. You need to know exactly what you are saving for and why you are saving for. Otherwise, all the best saving tricks in the world would mean absolutely nothing, and you just give up maybe just next month or maybe just next week. For me, I had 2 life goals that I was saving money for. They are split into the short and long-term goals. The short-term goal was to go traveling with my girlfriend in Japan in about 9 months or so. So I would usually spend around $5,000 each trip as well. So I figured I needed to do the math and work backwards to save around $600 every month. That keeps me motivated to budget and save money properly so that we can enjoy our holiday more freely when we head to Japan. The longer term goal will be to buy our house at the end of 2 to 3 years. This was honestly a serious step in adulting and would require a lot more dough, so we had to start saving early. There's nothing else that we could do. In order to purchase a $600,000 to $700,000 house in Singapore, that's also a very common number in Singapore now. I've been saving around $3,000 every month from my monthly salary to make sure that I can buy our dream home whenever we are ready. So this is just money that I'm putting aside immediately before I'm talking about any expenses, any investments. This is pure money for my goal of buying a house. With these two proper investment goals in mind, I had no doubt that I'll continue my budgeting habits to make this happen. These are definitely goals that you can set for yourself wherever you are in the world, so if I can do it, you guys can do it too. And of course, in order to make sure that you become more consistent with saving money, it brings us to the next best way to save money, which is having the concept of fun money. This is exactly what it means, which is to have money that you can just ball out and totally go crazy with it. You will not be judged, or rather, should I be saying, you might still be judged, but you shouldn't care about what others are saying about how you spend this amount of money exactly. After all, we all work hard for our income, you slog at your jobs, you do the best that you can, and you work hard for your money. So nobody can tell you how to spend your hard-earned money, not even me. This goes very well with the budgeting blueprint because you're basically going to set aside this amount of money every month just to have fun. Remember how I told you that budgeting would bring you freedom and fun instead of a life full of restrictions? This is something that I applied from Ali Abdaal's book Feel Good Productivity. We were taught as kids that we needed to have motivation and discipline whenever we want to do very hard things, but Ali says otherwise. It's honestly really tough to have motivation when you don't inherently enjoy the thing that you are doing. You basically are just grinding and putting yourself into this big cycle of a burnout because you don't want to do something that you don't want to do for a consistent long amount of time. That usually leads to burnout. When you can intrinsically find a fun way to do something, you're more likely to be productive and probably a lot better at it as well. For me, I allocate a few $100s every month to have good meals with my parents and girlfriend. We could be eating at an expensive $300 restaurant, or maybe go to the latest food convention and just try everything we want on the menu. Knowing that I can have fun while spending money is honestly quite a fresh and new concept to me as well. I'm still adapting to it because I've been saving money for so long and I just can't let loose my impulse to just save the money. Hopefully this entire video has given you some ideas and best practices to save as much money as you can while having the most amount of fun. But I also know that a lot of you will be procrastinating, or perhaps even watching this video is your form of procrastinating. So before you leave this video, type down in the comments down below what are some goals that you have in mind that you want to strive for, and just go do it. Life is short, so just have fun and enjoy yourself. If you enjoyed this video here, then you'll probably enjoy this video here on how to get started with investing on the Momo Singapore app as a beginner. Thanks for watching, have an amazing day as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next few videos. Bye bye.